Hello, it's Eric Nesbitt with the law offices of Eric L. Nesbitt P.C. and the Nesbitt Commercial Group. And today I'd like to discuss on my video blog strategies that landlords can utilize in working with their tenants who may find it challenging or difficult to make their rent obligations due to the coronavirus, COVID-19, and the economic fallout that we've seen from that. Now, if you are a landlord, you probably have already thought about how this might be impacting your tenants, and it's probably proactive and a good idea to think about ways you can help your tenants during these times. And the first thing I would advise you to do is be proactive about it. Reach out to your tenants and find out what kind of challenges they're facing. If they're retail tenants in the restaurant business or other retail type of businesses, they are probably not operating now or coming off of several weeks where they haven't been operating and don't really have the revenue to pay the rent. So you want to reach out to them, discuss with them when they think their business might be reopening, when they think they will be able to pay the rent, what challenges they might be having. Be proactive about it and try to work with them and see what kind of pain they're facing as a result of this COVID-19 crisis and come up with some creative solutions as to how you might be able to help them. And one such solution might be to defer rent or give a forbearance on rent for a while. I have a commercial tenant that's been in one of my spaces for about 2 years now. They're a chiropractor, and obviously they were not able to open up for business in March and really haven't been able to do anything during the month of April. And one of the things that I've agreed to work out with this tenant is I'm going to extend their lease agreement. They have a 3-year lease agreement. I'm going to extend that probably a month or two and not collect rent from them for the next 2 months. So I'll probably relieve them of rent for April as well as May, and then tack those 2 months of rent to the end of the month. Another strategy you might think about is if you don't want to extend the lease and there's a significant period of time left on the lease, you can abate the rent or not collect rent for these next 60 days and then take that amount and amortize it over the remaining life of the lease and collect it in installments. So let's say there's 12 months or 15 months left on the lease, and there's you give them 2 months free because of the COVID crisis. You can tack those 2 months, total those 2 months, and just spread them out evenly over the remaining life of the lease, or perhaps charge an interest rate. So that might be another good way to work with your tenants. You gain something by having that amount paid over a period of time, and obviously you're giving your tenant the ability, some flexibility during these tough times. And if you are in a situation where you can afford as a landlord to not charge rent for the next couple months and not collect that back, very few landlords are in that position, but you might be in a situation where you don't mind maybe stopping your lease or terminating your lease early, or just abating meaning making their rent free for the next 2 to 3 months and not collecting that at the back end. If you're able to do that, that'd be great. I'm sure the tenants would really appreciate that. But again, most landlords aren't in a position to do that as their lenders are seeking to collect their mortgage payments. And that leads me to my third and final point. If you're a landlord, it's probably worth your while to contact your lender and see if there's any flexibility that the lender may provide. So your lender might be willing to give you a forbearance, not collect a mortgage payment for the month of May, for the month of June. Everyone knows what's going on with the crisis, so perhaps they're willing to work with you in some respect to allow you to put those monthly mortgage payments at the end of the note, or maybe there's some money that's been left in escrow that can be applied for this month's mortgage obligation, but you don't know if you don't call them. So it's probably in your interest as a landlord to reach out to see what kind of programs that they may have available to assist you. If you own multifamily properties, there's a good chance that if it's a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac backed loan, I know that there's some programs out there that will give landlords room to breathe and work with their tenants. So contact your landlord, contact your mortgage provider and ask about those questions. So again, Eric Nesbitt, law offices of Eric L. Nesbitt P.C. and the Nesbitt Commercial Group. We can be reached at 303-741-2354, or you can contact us via email at info@nesbittlawoffices.com, info@nesbittlawoffices.com. Thank you, everyone. Bye.